Hi, I'm Anna.
Hi, I'm Ben. Hang on, I need to think about that one for a second.
The best way to try and find part-time work as a student is either through the Careers Services vacancy platform, which is called Career Connect. You can find details on our social or via the website as to how you set up your account. Any part-time job opportunities we get through for the Careers Service will be listed on there, and you can search according to different criteria. But you also might want to check out the SU Job Shop, which also promotes part-time jobs for students, and you can either visit them in the SU, or again they've got a website where you can refer to how you sign up for their details. In terms of how many hours you should be working in a part-time job, we generally suggest that you shouldn't be working any more than 15 hours a week alongside your studies. It's also worth bearing in mind that if you're an international student, there might be restrictions attached to your visa around how many hours you're allowed to work per week, so it's always worth checking that to make sure you're not contravening any rules around your visa.
Enthusiasm, more than anything. They're looking for people who can come in with a smile every time, particularly if you're just going to be there for limited hours of the week, so make sure you can deliver on that. That's tricky because different courses are going to require different things of you in terms of your working week. What I'd say is that you've got to balance up your course timetable first and then look at the demands of your part-time hours to see what you can fit in.
We're often asked whether you can find part-time jobs relating to your course. That is possible. Sometimes we have academic colleagues across the university who are looking for assistance with research projects, so that would directly relate to your programme. But the other thing we'd suggest is if you go on Career Connect, you can search according to different criteria, so that might be your area of study, and then it would bring up any opportunities that are particularly relevant to you and what you're studying at the university.
That's tricky. You get different things from different experiences. Volunteering and part-time work will both look great on your CV, but for different reasons. Volunteering says something about you and your desire to contribute to a cause and not be paid for it. The part-time work says a lot about your work ethic and what you're prepared to get out of your time at university.
Part-time work is a really essential way of gaining skills and experience while you're at university alongside the things that you're doing through your studies. It's really highly valued by recruiters because it gives you something to talk about in your application and your interview. So we really strongly recommend that students can apply and undertake work experience and part-time work where possible.
Shake a leg. It's time to go out and look for something else. And the best example I can think of this is when I was sat in a cafe. Somebody came in with a CV and said, "Could I get some part-time work, please?" And the owner picked up an apron and said, "Do you want to do a work trial right now?" And they did, and they got the job. It was a great example of somebody going out and getting what they needed.
We have quite a few opportunities to work part-time on campus, and that can be in a variety of different teams or areas. So for example, our food on campus and hospitality teams often take students through to help with specific events or conferences. Again, through departments you might find there's sort of short-term opportunities to help with specific projects in the residences, in the SU. So again, through Career Connect and through the SU Job Shop, we would advertise anything that comes through to us that's actually based on campus, and there are lots of things that we regularly advertise throughout the academic year.
Begin the process. You won't know what's out there until you start looking, and you won't truly know what you're capable of until you step into your first role. So please make a start. I'm hoping it won't be the end very quickly, and that the next role you take on will make you feel better about the whole process.